Hi buddy, it's me again. I just wanted to share with you a quick little sewing project that I did. I probably should move this, but let's see if I can do it without moving my sewing machine. So I made a little cover for my sewing machine, and that's where it sits when I'm not using it. So I just took a pillowcase, and I showed this in one of my thrift store hauls. I had two. So the pillowcase by chance actually fit. I didn't sew this part here. It actually fit. It just slipped right on. So all I had to do was the top part. I snipped off a chunk about this much off the top, sewed a straight line on the top, and then sewed this way and then this way, and then came with a cover. And it's so pretty because it has this, they kind of look like handkerchiefs, just 4 little squares, and there's actually buttons on them here and there and there. And this is a pretty old piece, you can tell because it's kind of transparent, so this has been used and washed quite a bit. And I left enough space on top so that I could leave my spool here, because I usually just leave it. I never just take it off and push down that little pin or whatever. So that's how it came out. So with only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 straight stitching lines on my machine, I came up with a really quick and easy and cute cover. I didn't have to do anything. It was already pretty and decorated. Another thing that I did, I had, hold on, I'm backing up a little bit, but yeah. My sewing case was this ugly blue thing. It's actually a dark blue. It served its purpose. I've had this for many years. I think I had picked it up at a thrift store many years ago. And when I did have a sewing machine, I did use this a lot. And then I got rid of my sewing machine, and then this ended up in my closet. So the first part has these really cool plastic pockets, and they're kind of deep because they're about that wide. And it's got all these little pockets for scissors and things. And then the other part that opens up here has this kind of sleeve that you can pull out, and this is where your spools go on. So for now I'm going to keep it because I might be able to use this for something else. I don't know. But I wanted a pretty sewing box. So I took my box that I had already altered, my steampunk garden altered cigar box. And now this is not attached because I like to use this on its own. I just threw it on there for now. I added a few items on here to make it look more like a sewing themed box. I added these vintage looking metal scissors, this is a spare parts sewing machine, and a spare parts little ruler, a little spool that I had in my stash, a wooden spool that I just wrapped around some twine on there, and then I just added 2 stick pins. I just stuck them right in. 2 different stick pins. So that's pretty much all oh no, one more thing. On the latch, there's this little metal piece here, and it's actually, you can actually thread something through it, so I just put a safety pin. So inside actually holds everything that I had in here, and it was pretty full, except for scissors. It's all in here. So all my thread, and I still got room for the thread, and my measuring tape, and my button, kit, and the black and white pencil. And then what I had to do here, because I wanted to stick these needles. Now at first this was just for some cards, and this held fine, but then I needed to throw in these things, which is a little heavier and thicker, and it was just slipping out. So I just added another trim, and it holds it perfectly. So those are just my needles. And I still left the 2 cards that I had in there. So now I have a fancy, or at least a pretty, sewing box that I can keep out because I am sewing a little more than before. And it's just sitting on my altar drawer, and then my little stick bun cushion goes up here. I do have another one, but it's more for decorative purposes. So, and then my large scissors that are for sewing that are just on here, doesn't need to be anywhere else because it's right here next to my sewing machine. And I did buy this recently at Hobby Lobby. This is a Singer. It's actually nice. I used my 40% coupon on that. So that's pretty much it. I'm not a big sewer, you know. I'm not a professional or anything. I don't need too much for sewing, just a few things. I'm going to start playing with paper or cardstock, you know, sewing on them, because I haven't done that yet. But anyway, so this is going to get stored for now. If I don't find a use for it, then it's going to go back to the thrift store where it came from. And that's about it. So there again is my sewing machine. It slips right off, you know, really easily. It's very cute. And I still have another one of these pillowcases, so I might use it in here for something else. We'll see. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye now.